The Gospel of Luke spends a lot of time talking about wealth and possessions. What does it mean to be rich? What does it mean to be poor? And what are the theological implications of having possessions and how we use them? One way we can get really deeply into how Luke views these issues is to look at two different stories about widows. First is the story of a widow whose son has died. It's found in Luke chapter 7. What we find out is that a widow has lost her son. He's died. They're carrying him to be buried, and Jesus sees this scene. He goes to the woman, touches his son, brings him back, and Luke says that Jesus gives the widow back her son. That in a sense, the healing isn't of the son, but of the mother. What we have to remember is that being a widow at that time made you very vulnerable. It meant you had little political protection and little economic safety. So by Jesus giving the son back to the widow, she's brought back into life. She's the one that's healed, not the son. You get a second instance of a widow showing up near the end of Luke, in Luke 21. There, Jesus notices rich people going into the temple and placing large amounts of money in the temple treasury. He also observes one widow putting in a few pennies, giving all that she had. I think our tendency is to think what Jesus is teaching here is that we should give everything we have to the church, give it all to the poor, give it all to the work of God in the world. But in the context there, what we've seen is Jesus criticizing the temple. Not because the temple was bad in some significant sense, but because what started happening at the temple is that people were getting exploited and used. So what may be happening here is not Jesus necessarily praising a poor woman giving all that she has, but criticizing a system that required her to do that. That while the rich give out of their abundance, she is forced to give out of the little that she has. In other words, wealth and possessions in Luke isn't just about the money that you have in your checking account. Isn't just about the ability to buy bread every day. It's also about power and our ability to live in this world in all its fullness.